So I'm here at Marriott's Harbour Lake in Orlando, Florida. The last time we were here was in July 2020, and things are far different now than they were back then. Let's talk about what's open, what's closed, and a general overall resort update. Coming right up. Okay, so I'm at the pools and they say no swimming. I'm just kidding. This is actually the small lake that's out in front of Harbour Lake. And before we get into this video of what's open, what's closed, general resort update here of Marriott's Harbour Lake in Orlando, Florida, I want to let you know I'm Jeremy and this is Destination Timeshare. Welcome. I want to let you know on this channel I like to provide my knowledge, tips and advice to help you get the most from your timeshare ownership. Even if you don't happen to own timeshare, but you love staying at fantastic timeshare resorts, I also do resort tours, resort reviews, and villa tours as well. So be sure to stick around, hit that subscribe button down below. Also click on that notification bell so you're notified whenever I post new videos. Okay, so we're going to take a quick walk around the resort here, just talk about a few different things. I will say pretty much right up front of what's open and what's closed, there really is nothing closed. As far as I can tell, everything is open, but I'll give you some of the times that certain things are open, and also kind of an overall feel of what the resort is like. What kind of activities have they resumed doing here at Marriott's Harbour Lake in Orlando? I'm actually out on the bridge here, heading in to the main part of the resort. That's the guard shack behind me. It's a beautiful day, really sunny, pretty hot, but yeah, beautiful day here in Orlando. Let's go check things out. Okay, so just walking in past the gate shack, and they stopped me thinking, hey, am I even staying here on property? I let them know I was. They believed me. And of course I didn't lie. So yeah, good thing is they're watching people coming in and coming out. So don't try and sneak in if you're staying over there at Cypress Harbor. Okay, so I'm over here in front of the, what I believe is the former sales gallery. I don't know if they use it for that anymore or what they really use it for. It looks like there's just a bunch of stuff piled up in there. But I do want to point out this fountain that isn't working. The last time we were here, it was in the same condition. There's a whole lot of algae growing in there and a whole lot of tadpoles swimming around, which will someday become frogs. But I think this is actually the responsibility of Marriott Vacation Club to maintain, and not really the association or the resort here. I'm not too sure about the status of that, but it's kind of gross, and hopefully it's not leading to a whole bunch of mosquitoes or bugs here around the property, but somebody really probably should take care of that. Okay, so some good news if you're going to be visiting Marriott's Harbour Lake is all of the villas have recently been refurbished and they look spectacular. And if you're watching this by the time I've actually uploaded a 2-bedroom villa tour of a refurbished villa, you can check that out at the link there in the upper right. So yeah, all of the villas here have been recently refurbished. Noisy people out on Westwood Boulevard. Anyway, the only one that hasn't been refurbished as recently is Building 10, I believe. It was last done in 2019, so it is a little bit older, but still, all of the refurbishments here look fantastic. The villas are great. I don't know how comfortable they are, but you know, they build this stuff for durability, not so much for comfort, I guess. And now I'm coming up on a set of outdoor gas grills here. These are all open, whereas I believe when we were here before, they may have had at least one of these closed off for social distancing, but all of the gas grills are available for use. And that's probably a good thing because the resort is pretty much back up to full occupancy. Obviously, when we were here last July, it was a far different situation. And yeah, much busier here. The pools are much busier. The resort in general is much busier. The parking lot is a lot fuller. So take that into consideration. Things have pretty much returned back to normal for the most part here around the resort, at least from an occupancy standpoint. Obviously, face masks are required everywhere, indoors, outdoor, around the pools. You might see a few people wearing face masks, but pretty much for the most part, there's no face masks being worn around the pool, and certainly not in the pool. kind of when I was out looking around yesterday, walking around, there's maybe just a couple people sitting around the pool with face masks. So if that's something that concerns you, you probably want to avoid coming to the resorts right now, because for the most part, nobody is wearing face masks. It's a little bit better when you're going in and out of the buildings. People are wearing them somewhat for going up and down elevators. And obviously, when you go in, check out, and anytime you're inside or going up to a food and beverage outlet, they are requiring face masks. So keep that in mind. Bring your masks with you. Obviously, who doesn't have a whole bunch of them by now? Okay, so let's talk about the food and beverage operation. The outpost and the patio bar and grill. The outpost is over near the Florida Falls pool. They do just serve beverages from there, I believe, maybe some light snacks. The patio bar and grill, it's over here at the shipwreck pool area, kind of around the main clubhouse. It is actually now serving carry-out only food and beverage from, I believe, 8 until 9 p.m. But they also then continue serving beverages until 10. Keep in mind, it is carry-out only, so you do have to purchase your food and then come back and pick it up and either take it to your villa, take it to your pool chair maybe, or they actually do have some seating there in the area, which was the seating that was used before, that you can take your food back to, sit down and eat. But there is no servers going around the pool or in that restaurant area, that bar and grill patio area, to be able to serve you. So just keep that in mind, that it is carry out only. So now let's talk about the activities that they've actually started to resume. One of the first resorts that we've noticed where they have started to resume a significant number of activities at the resort. Okay, so keep in mind, they are doing activities where they can successfully socially distance. And they actually handed out this activities list when we checked in, and they do have little logos on here of a mask, if masks are required. So obviously some activities, masks really aren't suitable. But at 9 and 10:30, they have actually started up fitness activities out here on the lawn at 9 o'clock. Kind of your stretching, your yoga, those types of fitness activities. And then at 10:30, it is aqua classes, activities in the pool to help you keep fit. They have also at 10 o'clock over in the shipwreck pool, they are doing scuba diving classes. And then the rest of the day, throughout the day, they are doing a number of different activities, kind of some things like you're used to, but obviously some of those where they can't socially distance, they are not doing. So some of the things that they have are bingo, are trivia, scavenger hunt activity type things. So pretty much all day from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. they have a number of different activities that you can take advantage of here at Harbour Lake. Okay, so while I did mention soccer, they do have the soccer field behind me here is actually open all day till 10 p.m. They have a sand volleyball over there as well, also open until 10 p.m. So if you have your own soccer ball, your own volleyball, I think you can even check out volleyballs and soccer balls. You can pretty much play all day long. Those things I mentioned were kind of more organized activities. I guess to get some teams together to play. Recreation station, which is over here behind me, it is pretty much all open. They have foosball over there as well, ping pong, some pool tables. So yeah, that is pretty much wide open. Okay, so now let's talk about the pool hours. I don't know that these are really any different than they normally are. The shipwreck pool, which is where that shipwreck pirate ship Waterslide water feature for kids is, it's open 8 until 11 p.m. And the Florida Falls pool, where you'll find the Waterslide and the kids splash pad / water park, it is open from 8 until 10 p.m. The mini putt, which they have here, it is open 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So definitely if you're here, take advantage of that mini putt. And of course you'll be taking advantage of the pools. Now I did talk about these pools here at this resort not being big enough in our likes and dislikes video. So if you want to see that, see what we liked and didn't like about this resort, after watching it you might be surprised. And we actually came back. Do check out the link right up here in the upper right. I'll put a link to it up there. Okay, so I have the kids playground right here behind me. It is open. So if your kids were looking to take advantage of the playground, there is no problems there. A few resorts, pretty much most of them now have their playgrounds open, all the ones that we've been to, but there's still the odd one that doesn't. But in case you were wanting to know, the playground is open for your kids to take advantage of, and it looks pretty fun. if I could only be a kid again, right? Now I have stumbled across one other thing that is closed, and that is the campfire. The fireplace, the fire pit, whatever you call it, that they usually light up in the evenings for people to gather around, have s'mores, toast some marshmallows. It is still temporarily closed, probably because they really can't socially distance here around this campfire, because there's basically benches all the way around it. We could pull a few of those out, you know, but it does say it's temporarily closed. So if you're coming here just for a campfire, forget about it. Okay, so I have Key House behind me, and that is the main check-in lobby registration area here at Marriott's Harbour Lake in Orlando. And like I mentioned earlier, obviously masks are required indoors, but something else to keep in mind, when you go in to register, only one person per traveling party, so obviously one person per villa is requested to go in. Don't take your entire family of 4 or 5 in there to check in. Let the rest stay outside, hang out, maybe in the car, or even they have some benches out there as well. So just keep that in mind. No need to pack everybody into the lobby. So just one more update here from the Florida Falls pool, where you have the Waterslide behind me. It is open. You can hear the kids back there having a great time on the Waterslide. And I'll also point out, all of the hot tubs are also open as well. So that is definitely a great thing. Some of the resorts we've been to recently, the hot tubs are still closed. I don't get it. Okay, so something else to consider here. If you're coming to Orlando to these beautiful timeshare resorts, Harbour Lake in particular, but it really applies to most of them. If you're coming to hang out at the pools more so than go to the parks, realize a lot of other people are doing that too. Obviously, in this kind of post-pandemic world, the parks, Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, they are operating at a reduced capacity. And people that in the past might have come to Orlando primarily for the parks, maybe they went 4, 5 days to the parks, maybe now they're only going 1 or 2. So keep in mind that the pools are likely to be significantly busier right now, kind of a different type of trend when coming to Orlando. People aren't visiting the parks as much, so they're staying at the resorts and hanging out at the pools. People might just be happy to be able to get away and come to these beautiful resorts just to hang out at the resorts. Now, I do get it. A lot of people did that in the past, but it seems to be more so now. People aren't coming to Orlando necessarily just for the parks. They're coming to be able to hang out around these pools at these beautiful resorts. Expect the pools to be significantly busier. And the problem is even more compounded because they've removed a lot of pool loungers to be able to apply social distancing at the pools. So keep that in mind and be prepared. Don't be surprised. You may need to get down there early and get yourself a pool chair. It looks like behind me, someone is getting a new air conditioning unit in their villa. It's pretty crappy to check into a villa and find out the air conditioning doesn't work. We've been there, we've done that, and they came to fix it. This was at Grand Vista, only to tell us they couldn't, and they'd have to move. And literally, when the guy left, he said he was going to talk to somebody, and it just started working. And they called us and said, okay, we're going to need you to move. Got another villa ready. And we're like, hey, it's working already. So we stayed where we were. We didn't need to move. I'm over here. I'm going to kind of finish off with a general update on this empty land. I've done a couple of land sale update videos in the past. Did one last July when we were here. If you want to check that one out, click on it right up here. This land, I believe, is still for sale. Was to have been sold, was sold, hadn't closed, deal fell through. So we still have empty land, which for us, staying here is great, because probably what's going to happen is you're going to build all kinds of homes here, apartments, and you're going to have apartments overlooking the pools here at Harbour Lake, that Florida Falls pool. But yeah, there you go. Just hopefully an update to tell you what's open, what's closed, what is going on around here at Marriott Harbour Lake here in Orlando. So are you heading here in the near future? I want to hear all about it. Let me know down in the comments below. And if there's something I didn't cover and you still have questions about for your visit, definitely leave those questions down there as well. I will do my best to answer what I can. We are actually owners here, so I actually know quite a bit about what's going on here around the property. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. That is by far the best way you can tell YouTube that you like these videos on Destination Timeshare. And if you want to see more videos about timeshare, check out the description box below for another video about Marriott Harbour Lake. Check out this one right up here. And YouTube, I think you'll like that one down there. Be sure to subscribe. You can do so by clicking on my picture right here. Hit that notification bell. And until next time, let's make your next destination a timeshare.